The life story of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte, a name that echoes through history. A military genius, a revolutionary leader, and one of the most controversial figures Europe has ever known. But who was Napoleon, really? Where did he come from? And how did he rise from a poor Corsican boy to become the Emperor of France? The humble beginning. Napoleon was born on August 15, 1769, in Ajaccio, Corsica, just months after the island was transferred from Genoa to France. He was born into a modest, noble family, and although not rich, they were well connected. As a child, Napoleon was intelligent, ambitious, and fiercely proud of his Corsican roots. At the age of 9, he was sent to mainland France to attend military school. It was there he faced challenges, mocked for his accent, origin, and poverty. But Napoleon was determined to prove himself. Rise through the ranks. Napoleon graduated as a second lieutenant in artillery in 1785. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, offered him the perfect stage. Amid chaos, bloodshed, and political upheaval, Napoleon rose quickly. His big break came in 1793 when he helped recapture the city of Toulon from Royalists and British forces. He was promoted to brigadier general at just 24 years old. The Italian campaign in 1796, Napoleon was given command of the French army in Italy. What followed was a brilliant campaign. He crushed Austrian forces and gained immense fame. Soldiers adored him. The French public worshipped him. Europe watched in awe and fear. The Egyptian expedition in 1798, Napoleon led an expedition to Egypt, aiming to weaken Britain's influence in the region. Though he won battles like the Battle of the Pyramids, the campaign ultimately failed, especially after the British Navy, led by Admiral Nelson, destroyed the French fleet at the Battle of the Nile. Yet Napoleon returned to France as a hero. From general to emperor, by 1799, the French government, the Directory, was weak and unpopular. Napoleon seized the opportunity. In a bloodless coup, he took power and declared himself first consul. By 1804, he crowned himself Emperor of the French, a symbolic move that told the world he owed his power to no one, not even the Pope. The Napoleonic Wars. From 1803 to 1815, Europe was engulfed in the Napoleonic Wars. Napoleon fought coalitions of Britain, Austria, Russia, Prussia, and others. His greatest victory came at Austerlitz in 1805, where he defeated the Austrians and Russians. He redrew the map of Europe, placed his relatives on thrones, and spread revolutionary ideals, sometimes by force, but his ambition knew no limits. The Russian disaster in 1812. Napoleon invaded Russia with over 600,000 men. He expected a swift victory, but the Russians retreated, burning everything in their path. Napoleon reached a deserted Moscow and was forced to retreat during the brutal winter. Only around 100,000 soldiers returned. It was a disaster. Fall and exile. By 1814, after a series of defeats, Napoleon was forced to abdicate. He was exiled to the island of Elba, off the Italian coast. But he wasn't done yet. In 1815, he escaped, returned to France, and regained power for a period known as the 100 Days. Europe united once more and defeated him at the legendary Battle of Waterloo. The final years Napoleon was exiled again, this time to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic Ocean. There, under British watch, he lived the rest of his life, writing memoirs and reflecting on his legacy. He died on May 5, 1821, at the age of 51. Legacy of a legend. Napoleon changed Europe forever. He reformed laws through the Napoleonic Code, influenced military tactics, and challenged monarchies. He was both a liberator and a tyrant, a visionary and a conqueror. Love him or hate him, Napoleon Bonaparte remains one of the most fascinating figures in world history. Impossible is a word to be found only in the Dictionary of Fools. Napoleon Bonaparte.